They're full-time bridge tenders. This is the helm they operate every week, all of their shifts, and they run the bridge. And Megan explained a little bit about the gateman's house down here. So bridge tending used to be a 3-person operation. There's a south gatehouse down here, and there would be the bridge tender would call out the gateman to stop traffic. And back in the 50s to the 80s, and then the gateman would stop and wave down and flag down traffic, bring wooden gates down. Now Joe is the gate tender with this control board here, and then another one right here. And he controls the northbound and southbound safely, and then conducts the bridge lift with the bridge controls out of these 2 drawers right here. Everything's computer operated now. Joe is up here for this radio right here, Coast Guard, Marine Channel 13 VHF. Has to be able to ready to answer it, and hence why there's bridge tenders up here every hour. Radio call within 30 seconds. So that's Coast Guard maritime rule for the river. The vessel will call Joe for a lift. The lift may take 12 minutes, and to stop traffic, lift the bridge back down and release traffic, and that would be in the sense of a good one. During the springtime, when we have higher rivers, faster flowing rivers, bridge lifts can be a little bit longer because the vessels tend to hang back a little further upriver, hence to control their load and validate that they can get through both of these bridges at one single shot if they request a lift. We do most of our bridge lifts in the spring with the higher river levels. We do have bridge lifts right now, a lot for sailboats, many times when there's sunshine out. And we do about 300 lifts a year with maintenance. And we got 9 people on the crew here, 4 full-time bridge tenders, and then 4 maintenance guys that help cover shifts for Joe and other bridge tenders that need time off.
I thought we were going to push the button and
Yeah.
traffic stop.
Push buttons, but I got everything safety. Everything safety.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
I think Mark and I have done probably at this point maybe 50 to 75 tours in the last 3 years, and we have never seen the buttons be pushed on any of those tours except one of our last ones when there was a lift while we were on the tour. You can see where the bridge was lifted now from this vantage point. There's a hump in the middle, and you can see how there's no shoulders, which I talked about earlier. The bridge down there is a swing span. I think he said that the vessels have to make it through each of these, but the section that has a little bit of a different shape swings for vessels to get through.
Why did they, can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Do you know why did they build it to where the swivel over here is not in line with the tall part?
The main part of the channel's on this Washington
Oh,
Shore
so it
right here.
has to
That's
do
the
with
deepest.
this- okay.
If the river was to recede, the river would fall
Gotcha.
to right here.
Okay.
And it actually is a straight run from our draw span to there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting. It
It's
doesn't
a
look
Corps
like
of
it.
Engineers series of where the river naturally starts
Yeah.
from.
Okay.
All the waters that go this way and out past that way, used to be Vanport, and that's why it ended up flooding because of the lowlands that are down this direction. So
Okay.
this is the channel right here. Is along this Washington shoreline.
Makes sense.
And that one is actually older. The rail
Yep,
bridge
the
is
rail
older
bridge is
than the oldest
Older
span
than
of
this one. This is the oldest, 1917 for the northbound and 1958 for the southbound bridge.
And the rail bridge I think is like 1911, maybe
Mhm.
1913, so a few years older.
River traffic takes priority, correct? Yeah.
Except during the
The
determined
times.
closed periods that Coast Guard has made since the 80s, which is 6:30 a.m. to 9 and 2:30 to 6,
Got it.
Monday to Friday.
Yeah, because I've sat there waiting for the train and you see it, but you can't make it through because all these boats are going through. And you're like, why? Just be patient. Let's let me go.
We going to the machine house?
Yeah.
One
Question,
more
I think.
question.
Yeah.
So isn't the new bridge, proposed bridge, going to have a different channel, more than the old channel in the middle?
So we are looking at that as an option, yeah, for the channel to be in a different location because of I guess for two reasons. Right now, a lot of the vessels that go under that high span, some of them cannot make it under the high span because they can't do this curve.
Right.
So they have to ask for a lift even though they don't require the height for that lift. So by shifting the channel, but which is not up to us, and we have a lot of kind of requirements we have to meet before we're able to do that. But by shifting the channel, you don't make the S curve as difficult for vessels to make, and it aligns with where the high part of the replacement bridge would be.
Why is it so hard for B&N not to put a channel in the middle aligned with the middle channel?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, I mean-
like BNSF?
Yeah, the railroad. I mean, why can't the railroad move, if they have to replace the bridge 100 plus years old, why not put the channel align it with the middle of the river?
Talk to the Coast Guard.
As
Coast
far
Guard
as I know, they're not looking.
did a survey investigation on that. And they were looking to maybe modify one of the structures like they did the 5-0 bridge, but they determined that all the vessels safely navigate this river better than anybody. So talk to the Coast Guard.
We also have many vessels that can't make it through the high span.
Yeah.
That have to.
I'm going to grab a radio and then we're going to the machine house.